Hello and welcome to Forgiving the Unforgivable. My name is Dr. Lisha Antiqua, and if you're brand new to my community, I want to welcome you. If you've been here forever, welcome back. This class is going to be short and sweet. It's going to be eventful. We have 3 videos to this class. And if you signed up when I was launching this class, then you're going to get a live call with me. And if you signed up afterwards and you're getting the replay, I want to encourage you to set up a consultation with me in my link in my bio and just ask all the questions that you have in that. And we'll talk about how you can move forward and what's your next steps to really start activating what you're going to learn in this class for you for the rest of your life. So I help people forgive the unforgivable. I work with survivors of childhood sexual abuse, childhood abuse, domestic violence, relationship issues, addiction issues, and we really heal your relationship with yourself and we heal other things. So if you've gone through this, then you are in the right place. If you just have somebody that you just really want to forgive and you just can't seem to get over it, this nagging, icky feeling, you're also in the right place. If you have no thing to forgive and you're like pretty good about your life and you're like, woohoo, then maybe this class isn't for you. I'm just telling you that. So I don't want to waste any of your time. I'm going to try to keep these series, each class to about 10-15 minutes so you can really digest. But what I ask is after we get done with the lesson, that you go and you make a list. You bring your journals, you make a list, and you decide what you get really clear on the aspects I'm going to share with you in this course. So let's talk about first, we're going to dive right in. What is forgiveness? So what is forgiveness? Forgiveness isn't, I forgive you, right? Like we're taught when we're kids. Oh, I forgive you. So-and-so hits you, your sister hits you or takes something from you and then gives it back and they go, I'm sorry. And you go, I forgive you. And there's that. That is not forgiveness. Forgiveness also has multiple layers. We're going to talk about these layers before our activation. And forgiveness also is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. So forgiveness is for giving. Now, there's different aspects to forgiveness that we're going to talk about. The first thing that you're giving is you're giving back their power over you. You're giving back their energy. You're giving back the story about yourself and your identity, that whatever the event was, that meaning, you're giving back that authority to the person, place, or thing that you're forgiving. The next piece is you're giving to yourself. So you're forgiving yourself. So the first aspect is the event. The second aspect is self. If you forgive somebody or something that happened and you give them back their energy, their judgment, their whatever, right? And you just say, you will no longer have power over me and this. You no longer get my emotions. You no longer get my attention. You no longer get my meaning. You no longer define me. You give them back their energy. Then the next piece that we forget so often is forgiving yourself. We do self-blaming, especially with childhood abuse, because as children, we really do think that the world revolves around us, which is true. The world does revolve around you, but the world also revolves around me and everybody else. And as we grow up, as we mature, we realize that everybody is the center of their own universe. That's empathy. And so when we get ourselves in a situation, say you went to a party, you got drunk, you got abused, right? Then you get to forgive yourself for that. Now that's separate from the event. It's not taking responsibility for what happened. It is forgiving yourself for being in that situation. It's forgiving yourself for the reactivity, forgiving yourself for not knowing any better, forgiving yourself for your own judgment about yourself, and forgiving yourself for giving your energy, your power to that event. The third forgiveness is to God's source. So for many of us, we have a relationship with God's source as if God is up here saying, well, that person gets something bad and that person will get something bad and they're going to suffer over here. Religion has indoctrinated so many of us into this understanding that God is this punishing figure. So if you haven't yet healed your relationship with God as this punishing figure, and you have that relationship with God as this punishing figure where you're telling yourself, I deserved it, God made me that way. My dad, brother, sister, uncle, mom, whatever, abused me, sister, babysitter, abused me because I must have deserved it. God must have thought that I deserved it, and therefore I was hurt. If you've believed this on any level, and pretty much every kid below the age of 10 believes this innately, we don't even see the gray area that we learn in our teenage years. It's not even cognitively mature in that way to do that. So if you were hurt below the age of 10, maybe even 12, then this aspect of forgiveness, of thinking that you must be bad, right? God deemed you bad. You're paying for some karma or something. This is a really big deal. So forgiving God for hurting you, forgiving God for not being there, forgiving God and giving him back that energy, or her back that energy, however you see God. And also asking God for forgiveness, asking the others for forgiveness, okay, in this. So asking for forgiveness from yourself, asking forgiveness from God, and asking forgiveness for the other participants for any part that you might have played in that. And this is all done internally. So the next thing I want to share with you is that this is all done internally. You do not need the other person. They don't need to be alive. They don't need to be in front of you. You don't ever need to speak to them again. You don't have to accept what they're doing, what they did. You don't have to be friends with them again. You never, ever, 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 ever have to participate with them again or see them again or none of that is mandatory to move this energy, which we're going to get into in our second class, to shift it. So let's go through these phases, and I want you to take your journal out and write down the things that come up, the people, places, events that come up that are calling to you for the forgiveness of time. You don't need to really dig for it, right? You're going to take this tool, and when anything else comes up to forgive, you're going to just keep adding to it for the rest of your life, continuously creating more and more freedom, more and more energy moving. Right. And we're going to call back the energy that is zapping the life out of you, that when we are in unforgiveness, we carry around through resentment, through denial, through pain, through wanting revenge and revenge seeking, through justification, through proving. That's the energy of unforgiveness. The emotions and the actions behind those things and how you interact with that, I'm going to go deeper into an amazing mindset and amazing emotions. But if you don't have those two courses, which are intense courses, then just looking at this in a way, and it's like, well, how is this affecting me? Do I want revenge? Am I still trying to prove? Am I still suffering in order to prove that they hurt me so much? Am I still upset at God and thinking that God owes me something, or the world owes me something because I suffered so much? I still judging myself or others, right? In that situation. So you're going to write it down, and you're going to write down your judgments about it, your identity about it, your meaning making around it. So step 1 and step 2. Step 3 for your journal practice for this prompt is to go through and ask yourself, where am I giving away my energy? So where are you giving this event or this person your energy? It could be your time, could be your thoughts, could be they have an opinion of you that you spent your whole life trying to prove that you were smart, or prove that you were worthy, or prove that you were a good girl, right? Or a good boy, and proving and proving and proving, right? So where do they still capture you? Where are they still taking up that space? Where have you given them authority in your life, or the event authority in your life? The next is to, what have you made it mean about yourself? I shouldn't have gone to that party. I'm so stupid. I'm dirty. Anything, I shouldn't have gone there, I shouldn't have talked to, I should have known better. We do all of these shoulds. So where are you shoulding on yourself around the event or around the person? I should have left earlier. And where can you forgive yourself in this instance? And what have you made it mean about yourself? Write all those things down. And the third is, where are you blaming God? Where are you thinking that you deserved it, right? Where do you feel like you need to ask God for forgiveness? and to ask for your soul back, literally for your soul essence back. Sometimes I watch clients, and if you don't know, I do soul seeding, and it's one of my spiritual gifts, one of my intuitive gifts, and one of my healing gifts. And so I get to see my clients, my private clients' souls. I literally see, feel, sense their souls. And when we go through trauma, the soul splits. Okay. And we call it disassociation, we call it splitting. And but the soul splits. And so part of this forgiveness of God in this situation is forgiving God for you basically throwing your soul at them, and reclaim that part of you that is God. Reclaim that you're going to forgive yourself. You're going to forgive God, and God's going to give you back that essence, that power that is you. So you can embody more of your own energy. So you're going to go through that. Where do you blame God? Where do you want God, you think God owes you money, or God owes you time, or God punished you in some way? You're going to write all of that out. And then in the next video, we are going to talk about how to move the energy. And then at the end of this course, when we do it live, I'm going to do it more specifically for the people that bought this program live and we're in it, which is more incentive. If I do a program like this again, or I do other programs, more incentive for you to get the live event and get this quality time, because it's going to be more personalized for you. I want to give it to you. I want to know you personally. But for right now, we're just going through the lessons so you can prepare for the live. And if you didn't get the live, you're going to prepare for that replay, and that you are going to still get all of the benefits from. It just won't be personalized. So break out your journal. What are you forgiving? And how is it affecting you? What energy, what power, what identity have you given to them or the event? What's the meaning that you've made about yourself and the situation, and forgiving yourself? And how can you forgive God, source, or feeling like you were punished, right, in that situation? What are the meanings that you're making out of it? What authority you're giving that around it? So you can reclaim your power. You can forgive yourself, forgive that, and then give back all of the energy that is somebody else's. It's even God's. Like, whew, we're going to get rid of it. All right. So the next class is going to be all about that energy and how to move it.